Welcome to another edition of INN CEO Talks. Joining me today is Alexandra Sherron, the President and CEO of EMPRESS Royalty, which trades on the TSX Venture under the symbol EMPR and on the OTCQB under the symbol EMPYF. EMPRESS is a new royalty and streaming creation company focused on a diversified portfolio of gold and silver investments. The company has a current portfolio of 17 precious metal investments and is actively investing in mining companies with development and production stage projects that require additional non-dilutive capital. The company has strategic partnerships with Endeavour Financial, Terra Capital, and Ascendo Banco, which allow EMPRESS to not only access global investment opportunities, but also bring unique mining finance expertise, deal structuring, and access to capital markets. Joining me now is Alexandra Sherron. Alexandra, welcome. Let's start with just a quick review of your royalty and streaming models.
No, thanks so much for having me, Stuart. It's great to be here today. So EMPRESS Royalty is a precious metals royalty and streaming creation company. We currently have a portfolio of 17 investments. They range from royalties to streams. We started this company, I think when we last talked, it was February. We had just listed on the TSXV. We listed on the OTC in February. And then we did a financing in March where we raised $16.4 million. And we've been busy putting that capital into some great investments. We announced we did the Manica royalty, which was a gold royalty for a $2 million investment for a 2.25% royalty on a project in Mozambique that's under construction right now and should be in production in Q4 this year. And then we also announced that we financed $5 million silver stream for the Talaweta project in Durango, Mexico, owned by Ataley mining. This investment for us was part of a full financing solution where we came with our partners, Ascendo Banco. They provided $12 million in debt. We provided the $5 million silver stream, and then Endeavour Financial and Ascendo helped arrange their equity for $8 million. So with that full financing solution, the company is back into construction, expect to be in production at the end of this year, beginning of next year. That investment was a great investment for us. The IRR in that's 84%. It's about a $24.8 million NAV at 5% discount, $1,750 gold. And that brings about $3 million revenue into EMPRESS US, into EMPRESS next year. And then we just recently also announced that we've completed our Cerro Antipite investment. This is a $10 million investment for us on the Cerro Antipite project in Peru. This mine started in 2002 by Buenaventura and was sold in 2016 to the Sierra Sun Group, produced over 1 million ounces to date. So with that $10 million investment, we're helping them increase their production from 750 tons to 1,000 tons per day. We've executed the agreement and we funded the first portion of $5 million, which gives us 2.25% gold stream at 20% spot price. And then the second portion will be funded shortly when they've met a couple CPs on that one. Again, another great investment. The IRR on that is about 17%. And that one brings in about $2.2 million US into EMPRESS. So we had a very clear strategy of creating new royalty and streams. And we've delivered on 3 development assets and 1 producing asset and looking to continue to do so.
So for some of our viewers who are really not familiar with your model, the royalty stream model, just give them an overview as to how you work with companies to help them develop their projects and then what that ongoing financial relationship is with you.
So we're a royalty and streaming company. So a royalty is where we invest in the company and then we get a percentage of their revenue going forward. A stream is different in the sense that we invest in a company, but we get the right to purchase a percentage of their gold production or silver production at a discounted price. We customize each financing solution according to the needs of the company. We're not a royalty trading company. We don't buy third-party royalties. We create new royalties, which really allows us to structure a deal that works for our economics, for our shareholders, as well as for the company to be able to grow and expand on their plans. So it's a little bit different, and in each situation, There's certain jurisdictions for tax benefits. One works more than the other. There's other ones where we're doing a stream and then it drops down to a royalty where a certain amount of ounces have been received. So with our technical expertise and our investment banking background and our team, we're able to really structure these deals so that it's a win-win for everyone and get some great returns for our shareholders.
So is it the strength of that team or the depth of your team that allows you to be able to identify these, development, production stage assets and then be able to make an informed decision as to whether or not this would be an appropriate project for you?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we've got the 3 partnerships. So Endeavour Financial, been around for 30 years, leaders in mining finance, very active in Africa and South America. We have Terra Capital in Australia, run by Jeremy Bond, who's also on our board and on our investment committee, which gives us access to Australian deals, Australian listed companies with projects internationally, as well as he's been an active investor in the Canadian capital, natural resource sector. So great capital markets exposure. And then we also have Ascendo Banco, where we have an exclusivity and all the opportunities they see. And I mean, Ascendo Banco is a large bank. They have a specific charter for mining companies. They've got over 30 different mining companies as their clients. So that gives us not only Mexico, but it's also in South America, the network. So we're able to really target and find companies that we've worked with in the past or our groups worked with in the past and identify those opportunities on the smaller side of the business where we're able to provide new streams of royalties. Our investment focus is on gold and silver. We are looking globally. And then the investment size is on typically for us right now is $1 to $10 million. And again, we've proven that out when we're part of a financing solution like we have been with Talaweto, or where we're helping an existing mine expand their production like we have done with Serra and Tupite.
So earlier in our conversation, you touched on the fact that some of the projects that you've been already created arrangements with, they are revenue generating for you. Of the 17, how many are you seeing revenue generation in? And what does the rollout look like for some of those others?
Yeah, so we have one producing asset right now, which we just announced. So that revenue is starting to come in now and in a meaningful way next year. We'll have Manica, the project in Mozambique, coming in line the end of this year, as well as the Talaweto silver stream. So we're projecting revenue of about $6 million US next year, going on to 9 the year after, and 12 US the year after that. That's if we did nothing else, but we have a pretty robust pipeline of other opportunities we're looking at to even further expand that and to bring some more development production stage projects into the portfolio to diversify it further.
So in looking at your, delivery on commitment or your projections, you've got a pretty impressive track record. Why is that particularly important, especially in the space that you're in?
Yeah, I mean, we had a clear strategy. Again, we had 13 exploration assets. We brought the development producing assets into the company, delivering on this creation model. And we set out with a goal and we've delivered on everything we've said we would. And we want to continue to do that and to continue to build our portfolio out. Again, with the partnerships we have, we're getting really unique access to deal flow. We're not getting into competitive bid process. We're really able to structure these deals, work closely with the management groups. And I think that's also really critical because we're in it with them. We have extensive due diligence we do with third-party groups. We work through the cash flow models with them. Sorry, my voice there. Cash flow models with them, do the right tax structuring, and then we're able to execute on these documents. We're creating them. So we're very hands-on, which is, I think, where we're really going to see the benefit we know these companies can deliver.
All investors are asking the same question when they watch these interviews. Why is now the time for me to invest in you? Yes, you're investing in others, but why is it now time for me to invest in you?
I think if you look at what our PNAV ratio is, it's about 6.8 times. If you look at the industry average, it's about 1.41 times. So I think, now is definitely time. We're going to continue to build this out and stay true to our strategy and continue to deliver. I think we're significantly undervalued at the moment. And I think, hopefully this fall, as things move forward, we'll start getting a true reflection of the value that we're creating here. I mean, we've got over $44.5 million NAV right now. Again, that's 5% discount using base prices of $17.50 gold and $21 silver. There's a lot more growth. And I think if you also look at the new royalty companies and the sort of life cycle, you have the initial entry to market, which is we're in that stage right now. But with our deal flow, the revenue generation, our access to investment opportunities, we should be able to rapidly increase to that stage 2 and really get some true value for our shareholders coming through.
And I'm, excuse me, imagining that you are on the lookout for future and further investments that you can add to your portfolio.
Yeah, we're actively talking. So we're looking at $100 million worth of opportunities right now. We're actively talking with 14 different groups. We go through a rigorous due diligence in these negotiations to see if we can come to some terms. So we're making sure the projects technically check out, environmentally, social policies are appropriate, seeing what we can do to help with that, and then the overall economics and the future growth plans for some of these companies. I mean, we invest in public and private companies. Public company like Ataley, where we help them overcome their challenges and move the project forward. In some cases with these private companies, they don't have access to the capital markets. So we're able to provide that capital for them. In other cases, they want to expand the production because they plan on listing and going public. So there's a lot of different variables that go into what we're looking at. But we're in discussions, with quite a few groups right now and of exclusivity on 2 different opportunities that we're advancing with teams on the ground doing the detailed due diligence.
Well, I can imagine that there are viewers as well as me who want to hear from you again in a few months to hear where you've moved forward on and how many projects that you're invested in and what your portfolio looks like. So I'm hoping you'll come back and give us an update.
I would absolutely love that. That would be great. Thank you so much for your time.
Wonderful. Thank you.